Hey guys, Brian Cunningham here with Courtesy Motors. Hey, I want to take a minute to talk to you about one of my favorite vehicles. Can you guess what it is? So you guessed it, the Ram truck is one of my favorite vehicles. So there's a lot of reasons for that. Stay tuned at the end. I'm going to go over what I think the most underrated aspect of the Ram truck is. First of all, there's something about just driving a truck. You know, sitting up higher, having the extra space, having the power, it's a lot of fun to drive a truck. Couple things that I think really separates Ram truck from the competitors is going to be, first of all, the space inside the vehicle. I can sit with my driver's seat, most of the way back, more than enough room for me. I'm over 6 foot tall. I have tons of space up front, but behind me, my kids have so much space. They're in their car seats. They can kick their legs out. They can't even reach the seat in front of them. So you don't have to worry about kids kicking you in the back of the seat. If you're sitting in the back seats, you're going to notice you have a ton of space. You can kick your legs out, especially if you're in those upper trim levels where you can recline the back seat. You're not going to feel like you're cramped in there at all. Tons of space, almost like a limousine. So the next thing that I really like about the Ram trucks is going to be the power. So especially with the 5.7 liter Hemi, this engine gets up and goes. It's got a lot of pep to it. If you're merging into traffic or if you need to pull something, it's going to do the job. So this applies to the V6 as well. So it's a 3.6 liter V6, and what they do is they give it what they call e-torque, and that's an electronic motor that goes on top of the engine, gives you an extra 90 foot-pounds of torque on the V6 option, or an extra 130 foot-pounds of torque on the V8 option. And what that's doing is it's kicking on, when it needs that torque. So if you're pulling a boat out of a boat ramp, or if you're merging into traffic and you put that pedal down to go, it kicks in, and if you feel it, it's fun to drive, and it actually gets you about 1 to 2 miles to the gallon better fuel economy, so you get the best of both worlds there. So the next thing that I really like about the Ram truck is their infotainment system. They call it the Uconnect system, and essentially what that is, combines your media, your radio, your control for your phone, control for heating and cooling, all of that into one radio screen. And what's neat about the Uconnect system, first of all, you're going to have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. If you're not familiar with what that is, basically it allows you to connect your phone to the system and show a lot of the apps from your phone right on that screen. So if you want to use your maps from your phone or your podcast app or your music apps, all of those types of things are going to be displayed right on the screen. You don't need to look down at your phone. Taking that even further, this year actually last year, they added wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So you don't even have to plug in your phone anymore, and it'll actually send all of that data right to your screen. So another thing that's really neat about the Uconnect system is that when you're using SiriusXM, you can actually pause and rewind live radio. So let's say you're on a road trip, you're going through all your favorite stations and there's nothing good on. You can actually pause and rewind, go back and find something that was good you want to listen to from earlier. Change the temperature to 70 degrees.
Setting temperature to 70 degrees.
All right, and finally, the most underrated aspect of the Ram truck, I think, is the comfort of them. So that's for a couple reasons. First of all, the biggest thing that separates Ram from any other 1500 out there is the suspension on it. So every other truck out there uses a leaf spring suspension, whereas the Ram uses a coil spring suspension. It gives you a much smoother ride. If you hit a pothole, you hit a bump in the road, you don't feel it as much. It's a lot smoother. Just going down the road every day, it just kind of glides down the road. It actually handles turns better. And then, let's say you're going around a corner and that back end slides out a little bit. It's actually going to regain control better as well. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you have any questions or if there's topics you want me to cover in future videos. Also, if you're looking for a vehicle, please let me know how I can help you out there. This is Brian Cunningham with Courtesy Motors. Hope you have a great day.